Thank you. Okay, let's call the meeting to order here. All set? Sarah?
You're all set, Paul.
Okay, here we go. Thank you very much. Good evening and welcome to the April 2nd Town Council meeting. And as we all know, the governor has given us permission to do this because of the coronavirus, that we can do a town meeting to keep the affairs of the town going, doing it by telecommunications and video. And at the same time, though, we are open to all public comment, and we've worked hard to make that a reality. I must begin this meeting is being recorded and transmitted by the town of Barnstable and is being broadcast over Channel 18 under Mass General Laws, see Chapter 30A, Section 20. If anyone is planning to make an audio or video recording or transmit the meeting, they are required to notify the chair before doing so. So I ask, and I'll give a few moments, if anybody is out there going to record, we need to know that. Okay, hearing nothing, we're going to move forward. First order of business is, Madam Clerk, could you take a roll call?
Thank you. Absolutely. Councilors Biedenbender.
Here.
Bogan.
Present.
Clark.
Here.
Cullum.
Here.
Dagwan.
Deb, you're on mute.
Here. Rep Grissetti.
Present.
Hebert.
Present. Present, did you hear it, Hebert?
Levesque.
Present.
Neary.
Here.
Schnapp.
Here.
Shaughnessy.
Here.
Starr.
Here.
Steinhilber.
Here.
13 present.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So this is going to be a little bit difficult. So sometimes you think that you're being heard, and sometimes you're not. So just double check, be patient with one another, and nobody's making any mistakes. We're all working together on this. Thank you. I know it's a little unusual. We don't have a central flag here, but I would ask us all to join in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you very much. Put your hand on your heart. When we stand up, remember that we now see the whole outfit you're wearing tonight. So just be aware of that. Thank you. Thanks for that nice smile. All right, you're all looking sharp. Thank you. Now, I'd like us to take a moment of silence if we could. There's certainly a lot for us to be praying for and to be thinking about. So just a moment of being a little peaceful here. Thank you. And a comment on that, our governor has said that, we all need to have purpose in the sense of contributing to this crisis and staying home and doing what we're doing tonight and social distancing is all part of doing something, not only for ourselves, but for our neighbors and our family. A couple of constituents did write in and suggested that, if you still could put a little Christmas candle or something in your front window, not an actual candle, but a light just in your window, one that says that we're in support of all the good people who are out there every night, every day, working in our hospitals, our police, our first responders, the people who are still working the supermarkets, and the many, many things that have to go on still that are necessary for our community to function. And so this is saying in solidarity, we are all one, and we appreciate the efforts that everyone is putting in to get us through this crisis. Thank you. We're going to now open up for public comment. And again, I know it's strange, even though some of us have been through these meetings, it's very strange for the public to not be present from us. So we will be very patient. We're going to now do the public comment. We could start with going through whoever's in the queue. If you could handle that for us, Sarah.
Are we ready for public comment?
Sarah? Yes, please, Sarah. Thank you.
Okay, give me 1 second, please.
Okay.
Mr. Schultes, now is your chance for public comment.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Bob Schulte, and I live in Centerville. On behalf of the Barnstable Civic Associations and their members, I'd like to offer thanks to the town council members, the town manager, Mark Ells, his staff, and all town employees, and in particular to all the physicians, nurses, and other medical staff at Cape Cod Hospital and throughout the town for everything they're doing to assist and keep safe the residents of Barnstable. Thank you very much. I understand from President Hebert that any further discussion of and/or vote regarding short-term rental regulations by the council is considered non-essential business and will not take place until after the danger of COVID-19 has passed. However, I'd like to read into the public record the March 18th email sent by the presidents of 5 Barnstable Civic Associations to all town council members and several other town officials. Dear town council members, as you know, plans are being made to conduct civic association-sponsored workshops on short-term rental regulations. The Centerville Recreation Building had been reserved on the evening of March 25th for the initial workshop, and an announcement with details had been forthcoming. However, given the unprecedented COVID-19 crisis facing our town, and indeed the nation, and directives from the Massachusetts Governor's Office and the Center for Disease Control about public meetings and even small gatherings, the workshop was postponed until such time as it is safe to hold a public meeting. A large and diverse group of Barnstable citizens view a public workshop on short-term rentals as essential to a well-informed public and ultimately decisions regarding short-term rental regulations. We believe workshops will bring clarity to decisions about diverse rental types, which have been largely blurred in the public discussion. We also believe the citizens and decision makers will benefit from an exchange that explores the best practices of communities that have implemented short-term regulations successfully, as President Hebert has suggested. We ask the town council to respect the civic association's express intent to conduct public workshops and their interest engaging in all town meetings on this critical matter. We respectfully request that there be no further action on STR regulations until prohibitions on public gatherings are lifted and the workshops can proceed as planned. Given the town has indicated in writing that it has been deliberating this issue since August 2018, we believe the town will agree that this matter is not urgent in nature. Therefore, we trust the council will adjust its schedule and any further action regarding short-term rental regulations commensurate with the period of time the government has asked citizens to keep social distances in order to afford the civic associations the opportunity to conduct workshops before any further town action. We understand the circumstances around the conduct of public business have been changing rapidly along with public health protocols. We are grateful for the care we know you will take to protect, in the first instance, the Barnstable community and its citizens, and secondarily, to ensure the public business benefits from direct and robust community input. Regards, David Sorrow, President of the Centerville Civic Association, John Crow, President, Osterville Village Association, Deborah Crow, President, Greater Hyannis Civic Association, Joe Berlandi, President, Barnstable Village Association, Nancy Mager, President, West Barnstable Civic Association. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Bob. We have anybody else in queue with you, Sarah? We know that there's a email to be read from town administrator, council administrator.
I have one more person waiting in the public comment breakout room. I'm going to move him in now.
Thank you.
Mr. Buckley, now's your time for public comment.
Yes, hello, my name is Stephen Buckley, and I'm not from Barnstable. I'm from Chatham. And I wanted to congratulate you on using this new platform, or actually it's a platform that was created in 2012. So it's been around for a while, but I congratulate you on experimenting and being bold enough to use technology that would allow for more informed and engaged democracy. And I will be reading or watching the whole episode or the whole thing if this is being recorded. And I just wanted to tell you that I just want to congratulate you on taking this bold step and trying things out that are new. So it's that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Buckley. Cindy Lovell, our administrator, you have info from emails?
Yes, sir, I do. This public comment starts, hello, my name is Stephanie Ellis. I am a resident of Marston's Mills, a mother of 3, a healthcare worker, and a proud member of the Barnstable School Committee. I'd like to share with the members of the Town Council my gratitude for your service to the citizens of Barnstable. We are all very fortunate to have the leadership in our town to guide us all through this challenging time. Below, you will find a copy of a letter that I sent this morning to Dr. Meg Mayo Brown, our superintendent of Barnstable Public Schools. I hope you find this letter to be informative and to share my gratitude for the incredible work that is being done in our schools. Meg, I wanted to take a moment to reflect and express my gratitude for the leadership in our district. I have been in communication with you since the closure, and I'm aware of the vast work being done in the district. As the superintendent, you have worked collaboratively with others to make the tough decisions. Pam and Dr. Rudman played a vital role in the swift closure of schools in an abundance of safety. There was no hesitation on your behalf to be the first school district in the Cape and on the Cape to make this call. You have continued to be transparent with your communication to the district as a whole. That is a great leader right there. Our principals have been working endlessly to design a flight plan mid-flight. These are unprecedented times with no data, no research to rely on. There simply is no right or wrong here. Focus has always been on the safety of our staff and families. Each of the principals were hanging around in a virtual room for the school committee last night. I know they were all there for over 4 hours, and I recognize and appreciate their dedication to the Barnstable Public Schools. Principal Clark has some tough decisions to make in the coming days. All of our hearts are hurting for our seniors. Leadership is key in times like this. and the virtual room was filled with just that. In the beginning of school closure, education took a back burner for a bit. Focus was on the well-being of safety of others. That's great leadership right there. Food service, simply wow. Over 12,000 meals being served to our community last week with a focus only on the needs of others. I am humbled by the selfless dedication and determination to do the right thing by Dave Badat and his team. Wow. Our custodial staff has been working tirelessly in a thoughtful and thorough process to deep clean all of our buildings. This is not an easy task. Dave and his team are ensuring that our schools are ready for when this virus is no longer an obstacle. Lastly, but certainly not least, the staff of Barnstable Public Schools. They are home, worried like the rest of the world, while trying to provide our students with learning opportunities, many of whom are parents themselves. They are focusing on our students while being parents to their own. I am sure this is not an easy task. I recognize this, and I am grateful, incredibly grateful. Our staff, our leaders every day in the classrooms and now in a virtual classroom. In summary, I look forward to the flattening of the curve. I look forward to normalcy, however each person defines that. I look forward to being social again. I look forward to continued work with collaboration with everyone in the Barnstable School District as we traverse these unprecedented times. I am humble and grateful. Be well, Stephanie Ellis.
Thank you for reading that, Cindy. Do you have any others?
There are
This
no
is
other people with
I do.
public
I just received another one, and this one is from Amy Mesereau, President of Friends of Long Pond in Marston's Mills. On behalf of the board of the newly formed 501c3 nonprofit corporation, Friends of Long Pond Marston's Mills, I want to thank you for including this in this coming year's budget capital improvement funding for stormwater improvements near our pond. As you know, we are very concerned about the cyanobacteria overgrowth in Long Pond over the past 2 summers and are hopeful that stormwater improvements you are funding will be a big step towards cleaning our pond. We also want you to know that we are beginning to fundraise to make our own improvements in Long Pond by continuing to work with homeowners around the pond and its tributary area to reduce their own inputs, including helping them plant rain gardens on their properties. We're also going to invest in expanding testing of our pond this summer so we can get a better understanding of the problem and potential solutions. Thank you again for partnering with us to reduce cyanobacteria overgrowth in Long Pond.
Thank you, Administrator Lovell. I just want to take this one moment to keep reminding the public that if they do want to contact for any public comment, they can email to you directly at council@town.barnstable.ma.us. So, and we'll repeat that several more times before the evening's done, just so that you can get in queue and send your comments in so we receive them. And also the telephone number, if someone wants to call in on public comment, just a reminder, that number is 888-475-4499. Thank you. And back to you, Sarah.
This is Lynn Poyan, and I just want to say we're also manning 508-862-4610 for public comment, and there has not been a call yet.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Sarah, do you have anyone else in queue?
Nope, there's no one else for public comment.
Okay, so we're going to wait one more minute and then we're going to close public comment. Our preference going forward over the evening is if, to speak up, any of the counselors, you have to raise your hand to wave, and then Sarah will help make sure that I recognize that, or she'll put you in queue when it comes time for any comments from the councilors. But at any point, we're not going to be overly formal tonight. If you need to speak up and you're not getting attention, just call it to our attention. Okay, not hearing any more public comment right now. We're going to close public comment. Thank you very much. And thank you all for sharing so well. Thank you, Mr. Buckley, for calling in. And Bob, thank you for calling in. Council response to public comment, please. Any councilors have any comment on public comment? If not,
Paul, David Bogan would like to,
what's that?
David Bogan would like to speak.
Oh, please, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you, Mr. President. Let me say that when I was first elected, someone said, enjoy this day because this is the most popular you've ever been. So it's truly heartening and gratifying to hear the comments of Ms. Mesereau, Ms. Ellis, and Mr. Buckley. Thank you for joining us. Very much appreciated. The people that are on this call and do the work for the town do our best, whether you agree with it or not. So it's nice when people come not to criticize, but to praise. As far as Mr. Schulte's comments, everyone knows my position on this issue. The irony of the current circumstance is that it has highlighted just how complex the issue of short-term rentals is. And so I echo your sentiments, and we should take the time, and we will take the time to do what's right and try to address the unforeseen complexities. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Any other councilors? All right, if it's okay, I'm going to close response to public comment. Thank you. This time, I'd like to ask Town Manager Mark Ells to come forward for his communications.
Good evening, Mark Ells, Town Manager. This is the Town Manager's update for the period of March 6th through April 2nd, 2020. And in what I read in my first communication, the information is a summary and not meant to be a timeline or all events. It's trying to frame our response to this emergency situation that we are managing. On February 3rd, 2020, we posted our first Board of Health update to the Town of Barnstable website, which stated, the purpose of this communication is to share with you that Mass Department of Public Health has confirmed Massachusetts' first case of the 2019 coronavirus, identified in Boston, and to provide you with the most up-to-date guidance regarding the patient screening and health department notification procedures. At that time, I commenced discussions with our chief of police and our health director regarding this alert, and pending additional information, discussed with the police chief his role as our emergency response manager. We began to meet and communicate daily on the progression of this situation. On March 4th, 2020, we received communication from the Center of Disease Control issuing an update travel health alert for all U.S. citizens effective immediately. The CDC was introduced instructing travelers returning from countries within a level 3 alert, which at the time was China, South Korea, Iran, and Italy, to stay home and monitor their health for 14 days after returning to the U.S. It also instructed travelers from countries with a level 2 alert, Japan, to monitor their health and limit interaction with others for 14 days after they return to the U.S. On March 12th, Governor Charlie Baker declared a state of emergency to support the Commonwealth's response to this virus. On March 13th, I issued a town manager directive to all employees on precautionary measures relevant to, at that time I began calling it COVID-19 virus. Over the following 3 weeks, a multitude of directives and protocols have been promulgated as we continually adapt to respond to this situation. We began moving personnel to remote work on March 16th and now have over 130 employees effectively working remotely. We launched the barnstablehealth.com on March 16th. As of today, we've published over 130 articles and research and resources and over 60 links to organizations on our website. On March 17th, we began daily situation meetings with all departments, which were quickly transitioned over to Zoom. These occur every morning and will continue to throughout this crisis. Our emergency manager, Chief Sonnenben, has been our liaison to the county EOC and MEMA. This will also continue for the foreseeable future. We are nearly 3 weeks into our new normal of providing essential services, working remotely where possible, and best positioning our staff to continue these operations for the foreseeable future with serious consideration for succession planning, personnel rotation, and workforce reallocation to respond to the greatest need of the moment. Our collective bargaining units have worked well with management to date in these unprecedented times, and it calls for unprecedented measures, and our bargaining units have been paramount to our response effort by supporting every challenge to date. We've closed a majority of the town facilities through May 4th at this point. Originally, it was April 7th, while successfully keeping Town Hall and 200 Main Street open for business by appointment only. I'll pause here for a moment to reinforce more for the public because I know all of you are well aware of this, and I hope our public is, but for us to keep town facilities open, and these are primarily outdoor facilities. These are our parks, our parking lots, our beaches. The public must maintain the protocols that the CDC, that the Department of Health and others are requesting of us. Some are simple, social distancing. Others do get a little more complicated in the number of that can come together. We want to keep these facilities, these outdoor facilities open, but if there is any deviation, I will close these facilities. So just please be aware of that. Please adhere to this. We all know this is a serious matter, and we also all know that we want you to be able to have some semblance of a normal life and be able to get outside. But, this is becoming more complex, and we'll do everything we can to work with you, and we ask that you work with us. We have gone remote and contactless wherever possible. We've utilized all available methods of communications with our citizens, from Channel 18 to Code Red, Reverse 911, from email to social media. We are pushing information as we receive it. I'll go a little bit beyond. I think I'm going to put out a couple of more 911s. One, to reinforce what I just said about social distancing and adhering to the guidelines of CDC if we're not to be in a complete shutdown of municipal facilities, just so all our residents realize that this is what's at stake. Secondly, we're going to reach out to our citizens and remind them of the groups at risk, specifically our seniors, and those who are impaired, certainly, who have health-related issues that may complicate this virus for them. but for our seniors. Check in on our seniors. Stay in communication. We'll provide a number that if you have concern, you can reach out to us, and we will do all we can. Both of these will be reminder communications, but I think they're important at this point. And any and all other communication as we see fit as we move through this serious situation. I put in place a freeze on hiring and discretionary spending in our FY 2020 budget. We've proposed a reduction in our FY 21 CIP. The reduction goes from what I was originally recommending of $39 million to $12.2 million, and we'll be discussing that a little later this evening. We're revising all of our revenue projections and modifying the proposed FY 21 budget and planning for the FY 2022 ops budgets accordingly. We see these fiscal challenges going on for at least 2 fiscal years, and we are planning accordingly. The next item I'll preface by saying that I will repeat some of this later on in the evening when we begin to discuss our CIP agenda items, but I believe it merits repeating portions of this again. We're proceeding with the tasks in our budget action calendar for FY 2021 as scheduled. We've modified, a modification occurred on March 31st. The original proposed FY 2021 capital improvement budget submitted to the council on February 24th, 2020, as per Part 6, Section 6-5 of the Charter, in preparation for this evening's town council meeting, and as an explanation for my recommendation to modify the FY 21 capital budget, I provided a spreadsheet to town council on March 31st to illustrate the proposed changes. We've divided these recommendations after consultation with senior staff into 2 major categories for consideration. The categories are to proceed or withdraw with the proposed project. The proposed modifications are a direct result of the ongoing emergency response to the COVID-19 situation and the fiscal impacts on projected revenue that are anticipated to result from this situation. The pandemic that grips our nation and the world will still have profound and long-lasting effects on municipal service. In response to this situation and in keeping with our strategic priority of maintaining fiscal stability, we recommend modifying the FY 2021 CIP as illustrated on the spreadsheet that I provided. The columns on the far right are labeled proceed or withdraw, representing our recommended action at this time. Please be advised that a proceed recommendation with a subsequent affirmative vote by the town council on capital projects will be managed as follows. The town manager will freeze approved appropriations, only releasing the funding for use after reviewing our financial position with our finance director, Mark Milne, and consultation with the respective department head about the importance of the project moving forward. Please be advised that a withdrawal recommendation does not cancel the need for the project, but rather defers the project to a future time when we have a clear picture of the economic impacts of the emergency situation. It is our intent to bring these projects forward as a supplemental appropriation order or as part of the future capital improvement program for the town council's consideration. And town council must adopt an FY 2021 CIP before June 1st, 2020. That concludes my town manager's report.
Mark, thank you very, very much. I'm going to ask any of our councilors who have comments for the town manager, please. waiting to see if anyone has any. Mark, I just want to thank you very, very much. You've worked very hard. Your team has been absolutely awesome. You've done a great job in protecting us and keeping us informed. And I thank you so much on behalf of the town for all that you're doing. Thank you.
Paul, you have Jen Cullum, Britt Biedenbender, and Paula Schnepp who would like to make comments.
Okay, Jen, we're going to start with yourself.
Thank you. Nice to see everybody tonight. I just wanted to mention how proud I am of the executive office that we have here in Barnstable, and thank them for their unending support of each other, and especially the spirit of not only enduring but overcoming and paving the way for future possibilities. I think that it's one thing to manage a situation, it's another thing to think about the future and how to make it better in the future should it happen again. And every time I've been in any of the Zoom meetings with the town manager and the assistant town manager, I've been so proud of their work and their commitment to our community, but especially this vision for the future. And I hope everyone else sees it. It's obvious, I know. I just wanted to say it so the public could hear that, you know, these people are managing many problems at once. And you know, not the least of which is putting this meeting together. I mean, Channel 18 rocks. This is a really new thing, and for us anyway. In the 8 years that I've been on the council, we've never been able to pull this off. And I know desperate times call for desperate measures, but it's really appreciated, Sarah, what you guys have done. So thank you very much for your support and your vision for the future.
Thank you, Councilor Cullum, for those comments. Thank you. Councilor Biedenbender, please.
Thank you, President Hebert. Yeah, thank you, Mark. I would certainly reiterate Councilor Cullum's comments, and thank you and your staff and how everyone has flexed and risen to the challenge. And it is a great comfort to me knowing who is leading here. So thank you. I had a couple of questions. One was regarding, I've had a number of, so, you know, I have a huge concern for our senior citizens, and worried about folks, particularly in isolation. And I've had some seniors in my precinct reach out to me about the growing support for folks wearing masks in public, and just wondering if there's been any conversation about that with Board of Health, if that might be a direction that we're moving in. And I know that all masks are really headed towards our first responders. So this would be the kind of thing where people are more doing it on their own and makeshift masks, but just wondering if that is something that's being considered. And then I had a question about rental assistance and a question for regarding financial impacts on a monthly basis.
Relevant to masks, yes, it is being discussed. We will support, you know, making sure those masks get to locations such as hospitals and to first responders when they're available. Certainly, as the CDC and Department of Public Health identifies other ways that we in general can protect ourselves, as we have shared all information so far, we will share that information as well. Relevant to anybody who needs to learn more about financial assistance, they should reach out to us directly. And we will try to, I know that our Planning and Development Department is gathering all information for us, and we will try to provide supports, whether it be, well, regardless of the source. We will provide any of our residents supports as they become available. I'm not sure about your third question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so thank you about regarding the rental assistance, because Mass Housing Partnership has sent out a recommendation this week that they're really looking for rather than the state for folks to deal with it on a regional level. So I just wanted to make sure that we were addressing that. And then it was regarding, I don't know if this is probably perhaps a question for Mark Milne, but it was a question regarding the impact on our monthly revenue at this point. I mean, the state is losing 1.5 billion a month now due to lost revenue from taxes. And just curious what we're seeing in the town at this point, how much of an impact we can expect.
I think certainly Director Milne can respond, but I think that the trends that we will see will be the trends that we will see more broadly within our state. We are looking back, though this is not the same as past events. We are looking back at the more significant economic downturns that we have seen and trying to trend what will happen relevant to property tax, excise tax, state support, and other fee-based sorts of functions. There is no model for this. So Director Milne is spending a tremendous amount of time trying to gather information, both from previous situations, but also day by day, month by month, and there forward. So I expect that we will be managing the budget that way, both tracking revenue and managing our expenses. This may sound like an interesting perspective on this, but Town of Barnstable is unique in the sense that it does that already. It does that. We have the largest number of enterprise funds of any community in the state of Massachusetts, and we track our revenue against our expenses every month for all of those functions. Really what we're going to be, and it's more difficult because taxes don't come in the same way that rates do, but we will manage that way. We will manage through the end of 20, I'm sure through 21 and through 22, and that's the way we'll have to manage this. And we will have to adapt our revenue projections, and we will have to adapt our expense budgets. We've asked for all of our departments to come to us. Going into the FY21 operating budget, we are looking at level service, and that will result in an effort to level fund plus non-discretionary expenses. We are making certain assumptions doing that. Some things are just going to go up. So if we're going to have electricity and the rate of electricity goes up, we're going to have to adjust for that. I'm also asking, in parallel with that all of our departments prepare a 5% cut. Now, it may end up being more than that. It may end up being less than that. But we need to be ready to move as Director Milne identifies for us where our revenues will be. We do believe we'll be able to manage 2020, and we do know that we will absolutely have challenges in 21 and 22. Beyond that, we'll keep you advised.
If I could have one follow-up, please, President Hebert.
Certainly, yes, thank you.
My one follow-up is just curious, is there any consideration about the May tax bills, perhaps postponing it for X amount of time to give some relief to homeowners, businesses, landlords, anything like that?
The legislation that's pending does not delay payment or defer payment. It defers fines and interest if you don't meet the deadlines for payment. That is pending legislation. If adopted, it would give those who pay those taxes, I believe, if it's adopted as written, 45 days after the state emergency is lifted, to pay for those taxes, whether they be real estate, excise, et cetera. That's my understanding. But again, this is state legislation that would need to be put into place to allow what you're asking to occur. Director Milne, if I'm wrong on any of that, correct me.
The town manager is correct. The pending legislation only applies to property taxes. However, I don't think it applies to motor vehicle excise taxes. And so just to reiterate what he said, it's 45 days after the lifting of the state of emergency. So we don't know what that date is yet. So if anybody has any financial difficulty meeting the May 1st deadline, this special legislation will provide them relief to go up to at least 45 days after the lifting of the state of emergency.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you, Councilor Biedenbender, for those comments. Thank you. I believe the next person, Councilor in queue, correct me if I'm wrong, is Councilor Snap.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mark, for your report. And I want to echo Councilor Cullum and Biedenbender's praise for the amazing work of all town staff. It has been incredible that people have been able to continue and look forward to really helping all of our citizens. Some examples of that, Ms. Stephanie Ellis gave to us in her letter earlier tonight. And that was expanded to a grab and go program that is being run out of our Barnstable Adult Community Center. So I really want to thank everyone for being thoughtful of all our residents, even those most vulnerable ones that sometimes cause us the most grief. I think our compassionate response will be well rewarded. I had a quick question regarding the CIP process. I know that you and your staff have had to make some extremely difficult decisions to withdraw some of these projects. Will there be any consideration for bringing them back if, in fact, there might be some infrastructure spending that is made available through future stimulus bills at the federal level? Maybe I'm being overly optimistic, but I know that a number of the CIP requests that were withdrawn were for design. And I would hate to be out of an opportunity if some real money comes by that we could grab. So I just didn't know what your process is to evaluate those that have been withdrawn to bring back to our attention.
Well, I wouldn't have proposed them to the town council for FY 2021 if I didn't believe they needed to move forward for FY 2021. My hope is that I bring these forward as quickly as possible. But rather than get into modifications and adjustments to remove construction from perhaps design permit, and rather than bringing forward those that we could wait a month or months on, we went through the list and said, okay, what do we really feel we need to move on at this time? What's going to be a leaking roof or a failing communication system, for example? That's what we brought forward. Director Santos is already evaluating those projects that we have in place so we can be shovel ready, and those that we need to design so that we can be eligible for any infrastructure funds that may come out of a stimulus package. We were extremely successful before in 2008 when those came out. We will be ready this time. So I do expect to bring forward any requests, even in areas that we hadn't anticipated perhaps, but were a future CIP, but now are eligible. We will move those. The strength of, one of the many strengths of our government is that with 2 readings before town council, we can proceed anytime during the year. We don't have to wait until 1 meeting or 2 meetings a year to do something like this. So I do anticipate moving forward with supplemental appropriations relevant to this capital program.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Councilor Snap, for your comments. Any other councilors in queue, Sarah?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So one more time, any councilors, just speak up if you would like to
Councilor Dagwan, I believe, had her hand raised.
Thank you very much. Councilor Dagwan, please. Councilor Dagwan?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay, I just want to say thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Town Manager Els, for your comments. There were some comments made tonight about the school department and the great work that Meg Brown has been doing and her entire staff, from the custodial staff to our principals, our cafeteria staff, and teachers and counselors. I feel comfortable, and I've gotten lots of comments about how well that's done. I've been doing some childcare myself, having to babysit some of my immediate family. And I'm happy to hear that people are being abreast and keeping a focus on our elderly as well. I work for a shelter, and we've been getting calls. This is a women's shelter, but we've been getting calls about the homeless. And so I would like if Mr. Els, Manager Els, could speak to that as to what he's hearing from the police department, who I know works with the homeless quite closely. If he could share anything.
I'm not quite sure. We have many concerns. Certainly, this population of people are one of the areas. We are working closely both with our own police department, who much of the time this does land in their laps to manage in planned where they can, mostly reactive. So there are many efforts going on right now. We're coordinating with the county. There are regular meetings still ongoing relevant to this. We're trying to make sure that there are facilities, and I believe there are, to accommodate those who have to seek medical attention. Yes, this is still a priority for us. This is still in the forefront. We are looking, though, for our other agencies and other levels of government to actively participate in this. Because, as I said in the beginning, it ultimately will land in our police department to boots on the ground manage this, and would prefer that not to be the case.
Thank you. The calls we get, we've been referring them to the police department. So we will continue to do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Councilor Dagwan. Any other councilors? Okay, hearing none, I'll close comment to councilor comments to the town manager's report. I would ask at this time if Vice President Rossetti would act on the minutes, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to make a motion for the council to approve the meeting minutes of the council of March 5th, 2020 as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, if we could do a roll call, please.
Councilors Biedenbender,
Yep.
Bogan,
If I may, I had notified Ms. Lovell that I had one change. Assuming that change was made, my vote is yes.
thank you. Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rapgrissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnapp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber.
Yes.
Thank you, unanimous.
Counselor Bogan, your correction was sent to the assistant town clerk, and she made the appropriate change.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you very much. If we could now, communications from elected officials, boards, committees, staff commission reports, correspondence, and announcements. While waiting for any councilors to get into queue on that, I will just bring up a couple of announcements here. Again, for the listening public, just a reminder that if they want to respond to public comment through email, they can do so by emailing council@town.barnstable.ma.us. The second thing is I really want to thank the hard work that's gone through IT department at Channel 18, Sarah Beal and Lynn Poyant. It was quite a bit of work, a lot of training for us to do this council this way tonight. And I can't thank the staff, the town staff, the town management, and all of you, each and every councilor, for making this possible tonight. Thank you very much. Just in a practical thing, somewhat, maybe around 8:30, I'm going to call for recess, a short recess, in case people have personal needs that they need to take care of, just for your planning purposes. And that ends my communications. Any other councilors?
Councilor Hubert, you have Councilor Rapresetti and Councilor Biedenbender.
Councilor Rapresetti and Councilor Biedenbender. Thank you. Madam Vice President.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just would like to make an announcement that the Cotuit Fire Chief has organized a conversation with Cotuit leaders that is taking place on Mondays at 6 p.m. via Zoom. And our first one was held this past Monday. It's an informative meeting involving the fire department, the Prudential Committee, myself, and excuse me, the Civic Association, and Pastor Angie of the church. For more information, they can go to the Cotuit Fire District's webpage or to my webpage, barnstableprecinct7.com, to get included in on the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Councilor Biedenbender, please.
Thank you. I just wanted to just reiterate something that Mark had mentioned earlier in his comments, and that is, you know, we're part of a much bigger problem here that's going on the global stage, but there's a lot we can do very locally on our own streets and our own communities. And I would just urge, you know, those of us who are younger, able-bodied, to check on our senior neighbors. I'm really worried about especially those that are home alone and in isolation. I also know that the Barnstable Adult Community Center, who also helps house Meals on Wheels, that they have a great shortage of drivers at this point because so many of our community are over the age of 60 and they're considered at higher risk. So a lot of those volunteers who typically are driving and doing these types of things are not. So if you are not one of those high risk groups and you own a car and you're able to do something, I really hope that you will consider reaching out to the Adult Community Center and reach out to Carol there and volunteer some time. You know, especially now, it's not just the meals, but people just seeing a face once a day, even if it's 15 feet away, is of great comfort to a lot of people at this time. So please do what you can. And if you can't do that, if you know that there's someone, one of your neighbors is a senior, please make sure you check in on them and make sure that they have what they need. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Biedenbender. I was unmuted, so thank you very much for those comments. Well said. Any other councilors in queue for communications?
Yes, you have Councilors Bogan and Shaughnessy.
Thank you very much. Councilor Bogan, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Consistent with the prior comments, everyone is fearful during this unprecedented time. And unfortunately, those that are most vulnerable are in many cases those who are least equipped to deal with themselves, and that is our senior population. And so what has been launched, at least in Osterville, because it is a large portion of the village of Osterville falls within that category, is a group called Osterville Helps. There's a website, ostervillehelps.com, and what it does is seeks to partner people who are willing to help those folks. If they're going to the grocery store and they're willing to pick up some groceries for those folks, they are available. There was a large outpouring of folks who volunteered to help people. And so I would suggest that people, if they need help, you fall within that category and you are worried about going to the store, because I think we all worry about going to the store these days. I recommend you go to ostervillehelps.com and they'll see what they can do to put you in touch with somebody who can maybe help you out.
Thank you, Councilor Bogan, for those comments, and thank you for the program that you're putting on in Osterville. Thank you. Councilor Shaughnessy, please.
Thank you, President Hebert. I did want to say that Madeline Noonan and her staff are doing an unbelievable job. And also a big thank you to the Barnstable Public Schools for stepping up and doing the grab and go meals for the adult community center. You know, there's a huge group of people that are reliant on 2 meals a week, hot meals a week at the senior center. And so this has replaced that for them, which I think is a great thing. But another great thing that Maddie and her staff are doing is that every day of the week, they have a call list of their regulars or anyone who wanted to be put on the list, where they are doing daily check-in calls with people, which I think is so great that they're reaching out to them. The other thing I wanted to say as well is that Spoon and Seed in Hyannis is offering free meals, and they are packaged up for 2 or 4 people. So if anyone wants to just go pick up a meal and knows someone who needs it that they can deliver to, or knows someone in need, no matter what their age, that they are providing those meals for people if you need them. And I thank you, Britt, for your comments. I also want to thank my fellow town councilors who have answered the call. As Britt said, sorry, Councilor Biedenbender said, many of our the volunteers for Meals on Wheels, as well as the senior center, the adult community center volunteers, are over the age of 60 and therefore considered high risk. And so some of them have had to step away. And I'm really thankful that so many of my fellow counselors stepped up, answered the call, and have been helping hand out those grab and go meals. And thanks very much for doing that. I really appreciate that.
I don't know if we lost Paul or not, but I just like, this is Jen.
Yeah, Councilor Cullum.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that, you know, the community spirit is really coursing through our veins here. And when Britt and I were at the senior center the other day, I think it was the other day when we were together there, Champ Homes called, and they have 19 seniors that live there that needed lunch. And so it's right near my house. So when I was leaving there, I just whipped him over there, and it started this conversation between Madeline and Adam, who runs Adam Burnett, excuse me, I forgot his name there momentarily. And now Champ Homes is receiving meals from the senior center because of Barnstable school system. So it's just one of these wonderfully coalescing things of neighbors helping neighbors. So it's heartwarming to see that. Thank you.
Anyone else have any public or, excuse me, communications? I don't see anybody's hand raised. We're working on getting the president back into the room. So if you could just take a few minutes, we're going to pause for just 1 minute.
Everybody. Okay, so now I see everybody. I don't see myself, but that's okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, we can hear you, Paul, but you have to put your start video on.
The very bottom of the screen.
There he is. Okay. All right. I'm sorry about that. When I tried to get on the full screen, I got lost. So I went away. I'm happy to be back. Did we take a little break or no? Did you all take a break or no?
Everyone is back with us.
Everybody's back. Awesome. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the orders of the day. With all of your permission, unless a councilor objects, I'd like to take a few of the items from old business first. My rationale for that is that some of the people really want to have answers to them. In particular, one gentleman was with us till late the last time, so I'd like to move that forward. And that would be item 2020-136. There are no objections. I'd like to do that. That is on your page 56. And I would ask Councilor Biedenbender to read that into the order of the day.
Thank you, President Hebert. So this is item number 2020-136. This is a public hearing roll call vote, 2/3 majority. This is the appropriation and transfer order in the amount of $400,000 of community preservation funds for the creation of 4 affordable rental units located at 560 West Main Street, Hyannis, Mass. This is a roll call vote.
Thank you very much.
Second.
That this is open for a public hearing. Do we have anybody? Well, I'm going to give it a few minutes because I just kind of landed this on people. So if there's any public comment, we're going to give that a minute. And what I'd also then like to do is if there's any comments on behalf of the councilors while waiting for public comment, I'll take that now.
Excuse me, Mr. President, could we have the rationale by Mr. Council, please?
That'd be great. Thank you. Mr. Council, you available? Thank you.
Yes, I am.
Thank you, Council President Hebert and the rest of the council for taking us out of order on this matter. The rationale is that at the February 24th, 2020 Community Preservation Committee meeting, members present voted unanimously for the recommendation to the town council through the town manager, Mr. Jake Dewey's request for $400,000.
Lindsay, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Could you please speak up? We can't, the counselors are having a hard time hearing you.
All right. How's that?
Much better.
Much better? Mr. Jake Dewey requested $400,000 in community preservation funds to create 4 deed-restricted affordable rental units, $100,000 each, within a 14-apartment unit redevelopment project called Midpoint Apartments, located at 560 West Main Street, Hyannis. The proposal is to renovate and repurpose the existing Midpoint Motel and detached single-family home into 14 rental units comprised of 12 studio apartments and 2 one-bedroom apartments. Additionally, the property contains 4 two-bedroom apartments that will be brought back into service as market rate rental inventory. 3 of the proposed affordable units will be restricted to 80% of area median income, and 1 unit will be restricted to 65% of area median income to meet inclusionary requirements. This request for $400,000 in Community Preservation Fund represents a portion of the total $2,400,000 project budget. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Council. Any comments by any of the councilors on this item? Have we received, Sarah, Cindy, have we received anything from the public?
Nothing via email, but Jake Dewey is in the queue.
Okay. Mr. Jake Dewey, you're on.
I'm here. Unfortunately, I can't provide a PowerPoint presentation for you describing or showing images of the project, but I'm happy to answer any questions. It's an exciting project that we intend to go forward with despite circumstances here. But I think it's an important part of building more affordable units in the downtown area with access to public transportation. There's a lot of amenities walking distance from there. I also had conversations with the VA and actually spoke with HAC today and DHCD about possibly doing some project-based vouchers for veterans.
Thank you. Any questions from Mr. Dewey from any of the councilors? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to close. Councilor
Schnapp has a comment.
Councilor Paula Schnapp, please.
Is this time for questions?
Yes.
Okay. So there are 4 units that are going to be deed restricted. Has there been any determination on what size units are going to receive the deed restriction?
My intent was to have them floating so that they could float between any of the units on the property, was how I had proposed it.
I'm not sure that's actually permitted. I think you might have to make a determination on which ones they are.
I mean, the original application, it was for just the studio, because when we started this project, we didn't have as many units. And when I went around to our different boards and committees, they pushed me to fit more units into the property. And that's where the 1 bedrooms came about. So I guess it was proposed that it would be the studios is the way it was initially proposed.
So it's possible. So you're saying that you were hoping that you could maybe shift it. It could be as much as the 2 bedrooms, the 1 bedrooms, or the studios, depending on.
Yeah, I would love to have that flexibility, just depending upon what the market need is, what the demand is and what kind of applicants we have for units. But what was proposed initially and what I brought to CPC initially was for just studio apartments, and that was all that was going to be in the new structure originally.
And that's what the CPC awarded was for 4 studios.
No, it was for 3 studios and 1 1-bedroom.
So 3 studios and 1 bedroom? Okay.
Yes, originally.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Snap. Any other, Councilor Biedenbender, please. Councilor Biedenbender?
Thank you. So I do believe that Councilor Schnepp is correct. I don't believe that you're allowed to have that sort of flexibility. But that said, as it was presented to CPC, I just want to share with the council that it was a unanimous vote to support this. It's the reuse of an existing structure that is, quite frankly, beyond underutilized. And it's also compatible with the neighborhood and you know, Jake's plans, Mr. Dewey's plans suggest a fairly quick turnaround. So this is, I think, a very good use of CPC funds. And as I said, received full support from the committee.
Thank you, Councilor Biedenbender. Any other councilors? Madam Vice President, please.
Move the question.
Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a first and we have a second.
Point of order. I don't think we haven't closed public hearing.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Are there any other public comments? Sarah, we clear?
Nothing.
All clear.
Nothing by email.
Okay, clear. Okay. I'd like to close public comment. And
So moved.
second, do I have a second?
Second.
All right, first and a second. Thank you very much. I don't think we don't have to do a roll call for that, right?
Yeah, we do.
We still do? Okay.
You have to do a roll call for every vote.
Okay. All right. So, Councilor Snep, did you want to make another comment?
No.
No. Okay. Good. Thank you. Okay, Madam Clerk, if you would, a roll call, please. This is to close public comment.
Certainly, I can do that. I don't believe you needed to close the public comment, but I will, just in the matter of let's keep it all the same, I will do that right now. So councilors, Bogan.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Cullum.
Yes.
Dagwan. You have to unmute. There you go.
Yes.
Rep Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnepp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender.
Yes.
Okay, that's unanimous.
Much that passes. Thank you.
No, now we got to vote on it.
No, now we have to vote.
Yeah, thank you. That passes. So now we're going to take a vote on the item number 2020. Might be correct. Item number 2020-136. We're going to, Madam Clerk, this is a roll call.
Thank you. Councilors Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rep Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnapp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Bender,
Yes.
Bogan.
Yes.
That is unanimous.
Right. So while we're doing this, for clarification, because we're going to have a lot of roll calls this evening, because we have to do that. Would we normally have to take a roll call to close public comment? I'm asking our attorney Karen Dober and town clerk and parliamentarians, which would be Madam Vice President and Councilor Steinhuber. What do you think? Could we eliminate that tonight? Or you want to keep proceeding with that process?
I don't think you need to vote to close public comment. I think you can just announce that once you are no longer receiving public comment, that portion of the meeting is closed.
Okay. All in agreement? Any objection from anybody? All right. I thank you for that. Thank you. I also would like, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. Who said something there? All right. On another item in that section, please, if we could have Councilor Shaughnessy read for us into the record, item number 2020-139. That's on page 59 of your packet.
Yes, thank you, President Hebert. This is new business first reading, going to be referred to a second reading on 4/16/2020. This is item number 2020 dash.
Excuse me, Councilor.
Sorry, thank you.
Yep.
Got it. This is new business that may be acted on. This is item number 2020-139, approving the appointment of Madeline Noonan as Director of Community Services.
Second.
Thank you. And would Mr. Ells want to speak to us on this as the sponsor?
Yes, I would. Thank you. Mark Ells, Town Manager. I'm requesting your ratification of my appointment of Madeline Noonan as our Director of Community Services. We amongst the senior managers went through an interview process of candidates for this position. Ms. Noonan applied for the position, and after 2 rounds of interviews, I came to the conclusion that I wanted to move forward with the appointment of Madeline Noonan. Madeline has worked for us since 2005. She started in our town manager's office, worked in housing, the housing side of our planning department, and then took over at our senior center. Madeline's got an MPA. She's got she's got 20 years of experience in the public sector, both prior to coming to the town of Barnstable and certainly here with the town of Barnstable. And I am asking for your ratification of my appointment of her. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any comments to or council questions at this point? Okay.
Councilor Cullum needs to be recognized.
Thank you. Councilor Cullen, please.
Yes, I just wanted to say that this is an excellent idea, and I just know that she'll be missed so much at the senior center that I hope she plans on having an auxiliary office there, because there wasn't a car that went by when we were handing out lunches that she didn't come out to greet. So, but I'm happy to see this. This is an excellent choice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Move the question.
Councilor Cullen. Councilor Clark.
Move the question.
Second.
Okay. I just got a memo in here. This is not open for public comment. Am I correct?
That's correct, Mr. President. And the question's been moved and seconded, so we need to take a vote on moving it.
Okay, thank you very much. Madam Clerk, this is a roll call, of course.
Counselors, Cullum,
That's easy. Yes.
Gagwan,
Yes.
Rep Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnepp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Bender,
100% yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark.
Yeah.
That's unanimous.
Thank you.
Very much, everyone. Thank you. Now we're going to move back to the orders of the day. We can finish old business. Would you like to finish old business? Any objection to finishing old business? Any objection? No objection. Okay, let's finish. Old business.
Excuse me, may I interrupt for one moment?
Yes.
This is Lynn Poyant, and Madeline Noonan has joined us on the line. If I could have her come on for you, please.
That'd be excellent. Thank you. Welcome, Madeline.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yay, Madeline.
I just want to say thank you. I just feel very humbled, very grateful. I want to thank Mark Els and all of the staff that I've worked with for the town over the past almost 2 decades. This opportunity for me to grow is much appreciated, and I value all of our collaboration and partnership, and I'm very excited to move into this role. And I also want to thank Lynn Poyant, having been my boss for the last 12 years and learned from her, and knowing that I have really big shoes to fill. But I will do my best, as you always know I will.
Thank you, Madeline.
Thank you.
very much.
All the best to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And thank you for all of your support.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Madeline. Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right. If we could please, if Councilor commissions, you would for us, please, and that is on page 58 in your packet.
I lost you there, but I'm going to guess that you called on me to read that.
Yes, no problem. If you could, Councilor Levesque, and again, it's item number 2020-138.
Yes, I had it in front. Thank you, Mr. President. This is new business, first reading, refer to a second reading on April 16th, 2020. This is item number 2020-138, appointments to a board, committee, or commission. Resolved, the town council appoints the following individuals to a multi-member board, committee, or commission. To the Community Preservation Committee, Farley Lewis of Hyannisport is a regular member to a term expiring June 2022. Stephen Robichaud of Barnstable as a planning board representative member to the Community Preservation Committee, a term expiring June of 2022. Disability Commission, Chris Bartley of West Main Street, Hyannis, as a regular member to a term expiring June of 2021. Infrastructure and Energy Committee, John Solomon of Katuitt as a regular member to a term expiring June 2021. And the Trust Fund as Advisory Committee, Lillian Wu of West Hyannisport as a financial representative member to a term expiring June of 2022. Youth Commission, Mark Beal of Hyannis to a regular member to a term expiring 6/30/2020.
Second.
Thank you very much. And so, thank you, Councilor Levesque. This is referring to a second reading on April 16th, 2020. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
we need a vote on this.
Yes, you do.
All right. Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Counselors. Dagwan,
Yes.
Rep Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnapp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
and Cullum.
Yes.
That's unanimous.
Correct. And so to finish up on any of the old business, and it's an airport issue, and rather than have them stay till the very end of the night after they've taken care of their items, I'd like to have that read in on, and I would ask Councilor Steinhilber to read in item number 2020-140. And that's on page 60.
Hold on a sec. You gave me another item to read before. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's the liaison to the airport?
No, it's me. Just in your email before, you had another item, but hold on just 1 second.
Yeah. 093, 094.
Sorry, I threw you off there. That was not my intent.
You said item 093 under the airport?
This is item number 2020 under old business 140.
Actually, if I could just intervene, it's actually new business.
New business.
Oh, okay, that would throw us off. Yes.
All right.
That threw me off. Thank you.
Okay. So, sorry about that. I had them lined up the way you wanted me to read them before, so that's how I printed them out. But this is item 2020-140, supplemental appropriation and transfer order in the amount of $101,000 for the fiscal year 2020 Airport Enterprise Fund capital budget as written. I'd like to refer this to a public hearing on April 16th, 2020.
Second.
Second.
Okay. Any comments?
We're just referring it, so we just do a vote to refer it to a public hearing.
Okay, Madam Clerk, if you would, please. Roll call on item number 2020-140.
Thank you. Councilors Rapp Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yeah.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnapp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan. Deborah?
Yes.
Thank you. 13 yes.
Sorry, Councilor Steinhilber. New business. And so the first part of that is I'm going to ask maybe Mark. Mark, did you want to speak on the CIP again, or do you feel you covered that?
I will.
Paul,
Yes.
could you speak up a little bit, please?
Okay, thank you. Thanks for asking. We're going to be withdrawing some of the items. Do you want me to read through the items right now, or do you feel you want to address us any more, Mark, on the CIP orders?
Paul, if you're prepared to read through the list of CIPs that I've withdrawn,
Yes.
then I will certainly allow you to do that. Earlier in my town manager communication, I shared with you the process that we've gone through and the meaning of the withdrawal versus the proceed. Proceed would be, it will proceed as we normally do, with the caveat that the town manager will hold all of these capital projects and discuss again with the finance director to ensure that there is adequate financing to proceed with these. I'll also talk with the department heads. If there isn't adequate funding to proceed, I will not proceed, and I will let you know. If there is, we will proceed. Relevant to a withdrawal doesn't mean a cancellation. It means we are just not bringing it forward tonight. It is still part of the FY21 CIP. It is still a priority, and when funding becomes available, we will bring it forward as asked earlier. And it's a relevant point. If we see that stimulus funds are coming, that might be another funding source, and therefore we would make sure we bring these forward in time to be shovel ready where appropriate.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mark. I know you said that very well at your report, but I just wanted to repeat it because of if anyone's just tuning in now, that brings them up to speed of what we're accomplishing at this point. Therefore, I will entertain a motion to endorse the town manager's decision to withdraw without prejudice and without any public hearing or action taken thereon, the following town council orders from this meeting's agenda. These items: 2020-082, 2020-085, 2020-086, 2020-087, 2020-088, 2020-090, 2020-091, 2020-092, 2020-094, 2020-096, 2020-098, 2020-099, 2020-102, 2020-104, 2020-105, 2020-111, 2020-112, 2020-113, 20-114, 20-115, 20-116, 20-117, 20-118, 20-119, 20-124, 20-126, 2020-127, 2020-128, 2020-129, 2020-130.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Madam Clerk, this is a roll call.
Councilors Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnepp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark. Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rap Grissetti.
Yes.
That is unanimous.
Very much, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Thank you, Town Manager. Thank you. All right, so we're going to now move to the first item. All right, so how I'd like to do this so that you all know what's happening. We're going to start, we're going to go down by precincts. And so, for instance, Gordon, Councilor Starr on precinct 1 will read in. So if you look at the next item, you know that you'll know whether you're on. So we're going to go skipping precinct 3 myself. So 12 the next items, we're going to go from precinct 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right down the line. Okay, just so you could be prepared. Thank you. So Councilor Starr, if you would kindly read in item number 2020-083.
Okay, wait a second.
Okay, and again, that's page 8.
Yeah,
And you're going to be reading this in, this is a public
Okay.
hearing.
This is old business, up for public hearing and a roll call vote, 2/3 roll call vote. Item 2020-083, appropriation and loan order in the amount of $500,000 for the purpose of funding the Barnstable Public School District, district-wide communications, video surveillance, and entry improvement project as outlined in the fiscal year 2021, fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan.
Second.
Okay, so we have a first and a second. Thank you very much.
First, yeah.
What's that? A first and a second, right? So now we're going to open it up for public comment.
And the rationale, Mr. President.
Oh, thank you. Okay, and the rationale is by, have we lost that town manager? Where's that town manager?
Actually, I think Mr. Kanyok is going to present.
We also have the superintendents with us.
Good evening. This is Superintendent Meg Mayo Brown. I'm joined by Dave Kanyok, our Director of Facilities, and Gareth Markwell, Deputy Finance Director. President Hebert, thank you for the opportunity to be here. Members of the Town Council, I'd like to turn it over to David Kanyok to present our rationale.
Thank you, Superintendent. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. So this capital improvement project is part of a multi-year project. It is the last phase of this project. And the project has included improvements to our voice over IP phone system with the inclusion of a new phone system, video security, and entry improvements. This year we we'll be finishing up the phone system. We'll have a district-wide voice over IP system. We'll be converting over to PR1 or PRI lines probably right in during the summer. We've last year installed cameras throughout the entire high school. We have about 140 views in the high school right now, and we intend to finish the rest of the district with this appropriation. We also have put beta tests for some entry improvements at the high school on doors. They're card reader doors that can be managed from a console, and we can manage entry and permissions through there. We will do the same at the remainder of the district buildings throughout. And we expect to hope to have this all done within the next year.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyone else from the school department want to speak on this? Okay, I'm going to open it up for public comment.
I do not have any from the public email.
Thank you.
There's no
Sarah?
public waiting.
Okay, thank you very, very much. Councilors, questions?
Excuse me, Mr. President, we do need to make a motion and have it second to close the public hearing on all these items. And rather than roll call, I think we can just all raise our hands in the screen. I think that would be acceptable.
Thank you very much for that point of order. I appreciate it, Madam Vice President. So unless there's anyone opposed to doing that procedure, we're going to close public comment. All those in favor, please raise your hand.
I hate to say this, but you really need to do a roll call because you're participating remotely. Those are the open meeting law rules.
Okay, so we will do that in all caution so that we make sure we have no problems.
Sorry.
Clerk, if you would, please.
Certainly. Counselors. Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes. Yes.
Schnapp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rap Grissetti,
I tried, yes.
Hebert.
Yes.
Thank you, 13 yes.
Thank you very, very much. It's better to be safe than sorry and have somebody say that we didn't do it correctly. So thank you for all your good efforts, everyone. Thank you. Okay, so what we just did was close public comment. Councilors, any other comments? And so move the question.
Good question.
Second.
All right, we have a first and a second to move the question. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is from question 2020-083. Thank you.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Counselor Neary,
Yes.
Schnapp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rap Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque.
Yes.
That's 13 yes, that's unanimous.
Very much. Now, Councilor Steinhilber, if you would please read into the orders of the day, item number 2020-084.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is item 2020-084, appropriation and loan order in the amount of $400,000 for the purpose of funding the Barnstable United Elementary School chiller replacement as outlined in the fiscal year 2021, fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan. This is a public hearing, 2/3 roll call vote.
Second.
First and a second. Thank you very, very much. All right, we're going to open this up for public comment.
Let's get the rationale.
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you very much. Rationale. Who's going to
Again,
speak
I'm
on
going
this,
to
please?
ask Dave Kanyak to present our rationale, please.
So this is for replacement of the two chiller units at the Barnstable United Elementary School. They're both at the end of life and not operational. We'll be replacing both of those units with one 300-ton unit. hope to have that done over this summer.
Okay, thank you very much. Do we have any other, do we have public comment? Anybody, anything from you, Administrator Cindy Level?
No, sir. No, nothing from the public. Thank you.
Thank you. Sarah?
There's no public waiting. Thank you.
Nope. Thank you. I will, can we open up to councilors' comments?
We have to close public hearing, public comment.
Move to close.
Thank you very much.
Second.
Okay, we'll close public comment. And for a second, Madam Clerk, we're closing public comment, please, on item number 2020-084.
Councilors Schnapp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender,
Yes.
Bogan, Bogan? I didn't hear
Yes.
you. There you
I'm
go.
sorry, yes.
Okay. Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rap Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert, Hebert,
Yes, yes,
thank you, and Levesque,
yes.
and Neary.
Yes.
Thank you. 13 yes.
Much.
Okay, council's comments.
All right, that was, so now we're opening up for councilors' comments. Thank you. All right,
Move the question.
shall we move the question?
Second.
Second.
Move the question. We have the first and the second. So again, this will be a roll call on item number 2020-084.
Councilors Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rap Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnapp.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, good night. Thank you. Good night. So we have come to 8:54. We're starting to get a roll. We're gonna get a rhythm. By the end of the night, we're gonna be perfect. By the end, that'll happen. But if anyone needs, if I said we'd take a break, but if anyone needs a break or wants to suggest a break, especially Madam Clerk and Sarah and Cindy, if you would just yell out break, or if any of the counselors would do the timeout sign, then I'll get the message and we're gonna take a break. If not, we're gonna just keep going right now, okay? Everybody's good with that?
I think you're seeing a couple of counselors who are giving you the timeout sign, Paul.
I am seeing that, yes. Am I seeing that? Oh, yes?
You are.
Okay, we're going to take
Let's just take a 5 minute, 5 minutes. That's it.
5 minute break. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. 5.
5. Thank you, Counselor. And you're going to be up next, okay? The next item. Thank you. Okay.
You're all set. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. So now we're going to open the public hearing again, and should I talk about what we just did with the public hearing, or do you want to do it? Okay, welcome back. We're done on the recess. Thank you, everyone. We have a decision here, save time and to be more efficient. When we close public hearing, I will ask if there's any more comments from the public. Hearing none, I will then I will say that we are closing public hearing. All right, and that's how we'll move forward. But again, all votes will be done by roll call. Thank you. So getting started again, going to precinct 4. Councilor Biedenbender, if you would please read into the record item number 2020-089.
Thank you, President Hebert. This is old business, public hearing, roll call vote. This is item number 2020-089, appropriation and loan order in the amount of $342,000 for the purpose of funding the Unified Communications VoIP Voice over Internet Protocol project as outlined in the fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan as written.
Second.
Thank you very much. Can we have the rationale?
Yes, Mark L's town manager. I believe here with me is Dan Wood for technical support. As you're aware, our telephone system at Town Hall is 20 years old. It is antiquated and it is at the end of its useful life. This is a unified communication voice over internet protocol update that we are proposing to do to the majority of our town locations. This is something that's needed so that we can continue to communicate by telephone. And I ask for your support of the purchase and other associated costs, and the amount is $342,000. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So this is open now for a public hearing. If we have any comments from the public.
Nothing from the public via email.
No public waiting online.
Thank you very much. And again, if somebody, while we're doing this, before we go for the vote, if anybody from the public calls in, we will take them, even if the council has been speaking. Again, we want to fault on the side of being open and transparent. Thank you very much.
Can I just ask if Lynn Poyant has anybody on the line?
No one on the phone, thank you.
Very much. All right, so we're going to now open this up for not hearing anything from the public. I'm going to close public hearing at this time and ask if councilors have any comments or questions.
Move the question.
Move the question. We have a first. Second. Thank you very much. So this is a roll call on item number 2020-089. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Thank you, President Hebert. Councilors Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rapgrassetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yeah.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnepp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy.
Yes.
That is unanimous.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Move on to I'm going to ask Councilor Bogan to please read into the orders of the day, item number 2020-093. Councilor Bogan? Yeah. Your mic is off.
Yep. Item number 2020-093, old business, is a public hearing subject to a roll call, 2/3 vote. This is appropriation and loan order in the amount of $300,000 be appropriated for the purpose of funding the design and construction of the airport's Phase 2 tree clearing project as outlined in the fiscal year 2021, fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan as written.
Second.
Thank you very much. We have a first and a second. Can we hear the rationale, please?
Sure. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you for having me here tonight. This project is for tree clearing for the airport's approaches. I did have Cindy Lovell pass on my presentation, so if you do have that, you may want to make reference to page 4 of that document. The tree clearing is required by the FAA to ensure that our airport approaches are clear of all types of vegetative obstructions. There are standards that we have to meet for the airport, and from time to time we do have to do a significant tree clearing both on airport and off airport as necessary. So if obstructions are not removed, what it means for the airport, it's a safety issue. It's also a safety violation in regards to not being able to meet FAA criteria to have those approaches cleared. This project is phase 2. Phase 1 is in process right now. We're in the design phase for phase 1. All of these phases, we will look at tree clearing that may be necessary and or replacement by low shrubs or different types of species that do not have the height that the trees have that are impacting the surfaces. If you look at page 4 of the presentation, that gives you just a quick snapshot of our surfaces. I know it might be hard to assess. It's quite a vast area, but it gives you some shading of trees that are within the approach that need to be analyzed to ensure that they are or are not obstructions. You will see on the first 2 graphics at the very top of that page, there's some pink shading that you'll see on there. Those are the obstructions that are being taken care of as part of phase 1, which we are doing now with the assistance of MassDOT Aeronautics. The other locations are shaded in green, and those will be analyzed as part of this phase 2 project. The project is eligible for FAA and state funding, anywhere between 80 and 95% participation from those 2 entities to assist us in the clearing process. Are there any questions?
Councilors, any questions? Comments?
Move the question.
Excuse me?
Close the
This is
public
the public
hearing.
hearing.
Yeah, thank you very much for the reminder. We will open this for public hearing.
Nothing from the public via email.
Thank you.
No public via Zoom.
No public via phone.
Move the question.
Second.
Paul, your mic's off.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I don't know when my mic went off, but we have a first, we have a second. So Madam Clerk, this is a roll call on item number 2020-093.
Did we close the public hearing, Paul?
Yes, so I don't know when my mic went off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just checking. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilors Steinhilber,
Yes.
Bender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rapgrissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnepp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr.
Yes.
That is unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. I would ask now that Councilor Neary would read into the record item number 2020-095 found on page 20.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is old business. Refer to a public hearing and it requires a roll call majority vote. It's item number 2020-095, the appropriation and transfer order in the amount of $250,000 for the purpose of funding the airport's PFOS soils reporting, testing, mitigation, and monitoring Phase 2 project as outlined in the fiscal year 21, fiscal year 25 capital improvement plan as written.
Second.
Thank you. We have a first and we have a second. I'm going to open this for public hearing.
Do you need any rationale?
Oh, thank you very much. Rationale, please. Thank you.
Sure. Just real quick, this funding is to continue our reporting, testing, and monitoring that may be required for the Department of Environmental Protection to respond to impacts associated with our use of firefighting foams that also have PFOS in them. So this is a continuation of our efforts at the airport.
Thank you very much. Can we now open it for public hearing, please?
No public comment from the email system.
Thank you.
No public comment on Zoom.
Thank you.
No public comment on the phone.
Thank you very much. Hearing none on public comment, I will now close public hearing and open it up for questions from the councilors, please.
Move the question.
Second.
All right, we have a first and we have a second. Madam Clerk, roll call, please, on item number 2020-095.
Councilors Bender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rapgrissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnepp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber.
Yes.
Thank you. 13 yes.
Very
Thank you.
much. Thank you. Thank you. Item number, I would ask Madam Vice President from Precinct 7 to please read into the orders of the day, item number 2020-097. Please.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is old business, public hearing, roll call, 2/3. Item 2020-097, appropriation and loan order in the amount of $1,150,000 for the purpose of funding the airport's environmental review for airport master plan project as outlined in fiscal year 2021, fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan as written.
Thank you very much. Can we hear-
Second.
Thank you. Can we hear rationale, please?
Sure. This project is really phase 2, post the completion of the airport master plan. Once we look at the master plan and identify a number of different projects that we may proceed forward with in the 5, 10, and 20-year plan for the airport, we are required to also look at any impacts that may be associated with those projects that we'd like to implement. The process that we typically go through is to try to analyze what those potential impacts would be in making modifications to our projects so that we can avoid impacts if at all possible. We'll go through a series of environmental studies associated with any of those projects through Cape Cod Commission and through Massachusetts DEP before we proceed forward with the project. Thank you.
you very much. We'll now open this for a public hearing, please.
No messages via the email system.
Thank you.
Nothing on Zoom.
Thank you.
No messages on the phone.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Hearing none, I will close public hearing at this time and open it up for councilors' questions and comments.
Move the question.
Second.
Was that a second, Eric? Yeah. Yes. Thank you very much. Okay. We have a first, we have a second. Madam Clerk, this roll call on item number 2020-097, please.
Thank you. Counselors Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yeah.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rapcorsetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnepp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender.
Yes.
That is unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now ask Councilor Dagwan, please, from precinct 8 to read into the record item number 2020-100.
On the old business, item 2020-100, appropriation and transfer order in the amount of $121,115 for the purpose of funding the police department radio improvement program as outlined in the fiscal year 2021 to fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan. And this should be open to a public hearing with a majority roll call vote.
Second.
Thank you very much. We have a first and a second. Thank you. So we will open this now for public hearing. Oh, no, I'm sorry, rationale first. I'm sorry.
Good evening, Mark Ells, Town Manager. This request for $121,115 is for replacement of the police radio system. This work is being focused on 6 sites at the Barnstable PD and other locations. This work is critical to the radio system. The radio equipment and infrastructure is at the end of its useful life. It can be replaced with more modern types of equipment. For example, some of it's still copper wire. We need to go over to fiber optics with this for reliability, and it is at the point where it needs to be replaced. So we ask for your support with this request.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I will now open to public hearing on item number 2020-100.
There are no emails from the town email box.
Thank you.
No Zoom comments.
Thank you very much.
No phone calls.
Thank you. Hearing none, I will now close public hearing.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'd like to make, can I make one comment?
No.
Can somebody who's going to move the motion count to 5 before they move the motion?
Okay, yes.
Okay, you're cutting it off too quickly. That's not what we're here for.
And I also just want to add that you need to make it clear that you're taking a vote on the actual item. So if you're moving the motion, then you should be voting on that as well. So you may want to just go straight to the actual item and make a motion on the item itself.
Okay, Karen, can you just repeat that one time?
When you move the motion, then there should be a vote on that, and then you would take a vote on the actual agenda item. So you may want to skip move the motion and go straight to a motion on the actual agenda item.
Okay, so we get a first and a second.
If you do a first and a second, then you should be voting.
Okay, so just move.
So you probably don't want to move the motion. You want to you want to make a motion to vote on the actual item.
Okay. So move the item, right? Okay, good. And so again, are we clear? So if somebody makes a motion first, just give it a count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because one of your fellow councilors may not be ready to close and to move the question, and therefore will want to speak up. So thank you, Councilor Staff, for that comment. Thank you. So we have moved the question, correct? And we have a first and a second.
I don't think you want to move the question. I think you want to go straight to voting on the item.
Okay, vote on the item. Okay.
But point of order, Mr. President, I think you should first ask if any counselors have any questions regarding the item. And if you don't see any counselors, then you would like to move the question and take the vote one time.
Okay. All right, so on any other comments from the councilors on this item? Okay. So we're going to move the question and take a vote right now on item number 2020-100. Are we okay? Okay.
Correct.
Madam Clerk.
Counselors. Clark.
Yes.
Cullum.
Yes.
Dagwan.
Yes.
Rep Rossetti.
Yes.
Hebert.
Yes.
Levesque.
Yes.
Neary.
Yes.
Schnapp.
Yes.
Shaughnessy.
Yes.
Starr.
Yes.
Steinhilber.
Yes.
Biedenbender.
Yes.
Bogan.
Yes.
That is unanimous.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, I would ask Councilor Shaughnessy, please, from Precinct 9 to read into the orders of the day, item number 2020-101.
Thank you, President Hebert. This is old business, public hearing, roll call majority. Item number 2020-101, appropriation and transfer order in the amount of $125,000 for the purpose of funding the police department data storage appliance program as outlined in the fiscal year 2021 through 2025 capital improvement plan.
Second.
Okay, thank you very much. The rationale?
Yes, good evening. Mark Ells, Town Manager. This request for $125,000 is for the data storage appliance at our Barnstable Police Station. Currently, this is replacing an aging data system on site. The replacement of this will both modernize and allow for redundancy with a backup facility at Town Hall. So we will have two locations to house this data for the police department. This is essential to their mission, and I ask for your support on this request.
Thank you very much. I will open now. We'll open for public hearing, please.
There are no emails for this item.
Thank you.
No Zoom comments.
Thank you.
There are no phone calls.
Thank you. Hearing none, I will close public hearing. We'll open it up now for comments and questions from the councilors, please.
Move the question.
I have a first and a second. Councilor Sandline, do you have a question? Okay. Deborah's box lit up, that's why I asked. Okay. All right.
Point of information, I think that Gordon might have a question. I see him shaking his head. You have a question, Gordon?
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Bogan, do you have a question? Comment?
I do not.
I do. So
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Councilor Starr, please.
did Chris use the right language there, Karen?
Not exactly.
Can we get, let's get on the same page. So how should I make a motion to pat,
Move
to,
the question
To vote on the item, to vote on the agenda item.
make
That's
a
what,
motion
that's
to
what
vote
you're
on
all
this
looking to
agenda
do.
item.
That's what you're looking
Okay.
to do, is to vote on the agenda
Move the
item.
question and vote on the item.
Yes.
No, not move the agenda.
Not move the question, just I move that we take a vote on the item, on the, item number, whatever.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's very clear. Move to take.
Move to vote then.
Okay, good. Second. We have a first. Who's putting the first? Chris?
Gordon.
Gordon? Are you saying
Yes,
that?
first, I'll do the first. I'll make a motion to move to vote on this item.
Second.
Second. All right, thank you. We have a first and a second. Madam Clerk, please.
Counselors. Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rapcorsetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnapp. Paula?
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Bender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
That is 13 yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Just to clarify, that was a vote to approve that item.
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you. Item number 2020-101. Thank you. Okay, I would ask Councilor Levesque, please, for precinct 10 to read to the orders of the day, item number 2020-103.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is old business, public hearing, roll call, 2/3 vote. This is item number 103, is appropriation and loan order in the amount of $756,000 to the purpose of funding the Hyannis Youth and Community Center Facility Improvement Project as outlined in the fiscal 2021, fiscal 2025 capital improvement plan as written.
Second.
Thank you. I have a first and a second. Thank you. And what is our rationale? Anybody doing rationale?
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the Town Council. Dan Santos, Director of Public Works. The Department of Public Works took over maintenance responsibilities at the Hyannis Youth and Community Center in October 2016. The facility was plagued with system failures due to reaching equipment useful life, deferred maintenance, and 12 years of constant and heavy use. DPW commissioned a facilities condition assessment to develop a comprehensive multi-year capital improvement plan. This year's projects have been developed based on that facility condition assessment that was completed in 2019. The overall project has been divided into multiple years of work, each addressing specific elements of repair. Design for the proposed work has been previously funded and is underway. The roof system is an amalgam of styles and types, including flat and pitched, metal roofing, rubber membrane, and asphalt shingles. This project will primarily address replacement of the asphalt shingle roof, but will also include the installation of roof safety gates and replacement of drinking water fountains and water filling stations, a kitchen grease trap, commercial ovens, and interior floor finishes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Santos. I will now open this up for public hearing.
There are no emails through the Town Council mailbox.
Thank you.
There's no Zoom public comment.
Thank you.
There's no phone call public comment.
Thank you. Hearing none, I will close public hearing. I will open it up now to the councilors. Vice President Rappacetti, you were singling me?
Yes, I'd like to ask a question.
Yeah, oh, yes, okay, I'm sorry.
And I also see that Councillor Schnapp would like to as well.
Yes,
So
okay.
if
So-
I may,
Yeah,
may,
Yes, Vice
thank you.
President, please.
Thank you, Dan. In redoing the roof at the Hyannis Youth and Community Center, is there any thoughts to providing for solar going forward?
Yes, part of the work we're doing right now is an analysis to understand whether the existing structure can accommodate solar panels. And if that is the case, then we'll be able to move forward with that as a separate project.
Thank you.
Councilor Snap, please.
Okay. We know from previous reports about the Hyannis Youth and Community Center that that there has been sort of the useful life is actually a lot shorter than one would predict for some of these systems. And I know that we've explored whether there were any warranty coverages for the roofs. And I just wanted to clarify again if there had been any that we pursued. And then I just had some questions on the kitchen. You had said that the commercial kitchen items had to be replaced. We have a contractor, I believe, a caterer that's in there. Is there any consideration for shared expense, or again, is the useful life of a commercial stove really just 10 or 11 years?
So with regards to warranty work, the asphalt shingle roof is less than the life expectancy, or I think it was a 25-year expected roof. However, we're finding that it's failing. It's also this period when this roof was put on was a period in the building industry when there was a lot of problems with asphalt shingle roofs, and this just happens to be one of them, and it was in the materials. We are going to pursue warranty reimbursement from the shingle manufacturer, but my experience dealing with this issue through many projects over the years, specifically with these roof issues, is the way their warranties are is there's very little that comes back, pennies on the dollar, frankly. But we'll pursue it, and if there's an ability to get anything out of it in accordance with the warranty, we will. I can't address whether or not, I don't believe regarding the stove issue that our agreement, and I'd have to look further at this, with the vendor would have them sharing in that. I'm fairly certain that we're providing the space, and that's the extent of the agreement. I would expect that commercial stoves to last longer. However, the fact is it hasn't. It's not in good condition. It should be replaced. And we will pursue doing that through this project.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other counselors? Can I have a motion to vote?
So moved.
Second.
We have the first and the second. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, this is a roll call on item number 2020-103.
Counselors, Dagwan,
Yes.
Rafferty,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnapp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum.
Yes.
That is unanimous.
very much, Madam Clerk. I would ask Councilor Clark from Precinct 11 to please read in item number 2020-106.
Thank you very much, Council President Hebert. Here is 2020-106, the appropriation and loan order in the amount of $374,000 for the purpose of funding the 200 Main Street Mansard evaluation and repair project as outlined in fiscal year 2021, fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan. This is a public hearing and necessitates a roll call vote of 2/3.
Second.
Thank you very much. And someone doing the rationale, please.
Thank you. Replacement of the wood-framed mansard-style roof and asphalt shingles on the building have deteriorated to the point that it is a safety concern, as some of the shingles have actually been falling off the building. Consequently, a portion of the roof was stripped to eliminate this concern. Structural elements and plywood have also deteriorated in some areas. This project will repair the damaged portions of the structural system and replace the asphalt roof shingles. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Santos. Thank you. I will now open this up for public hearing, please.
There are no emails from the public.
Thank you.
Nothing on Zoom.
Thank you.
No phone calls.
Thank you very much. Hearing none, I will close a public hearing. Councilors,
I'd like to move the item 2020-106.
for a vote.
To a vote.
Is that better, Karen?
Like I say, to a vote.
Is that a second?
You're moving the item.
Chris,
You're making a motion to vote on the item. Is that correct?
Moving to vote on the item, yes.
That's what you should be saying.
so I have a first by Councilor Clark. Do I have a second? Thank you very much. All right. Madam Clerk, there's a vote on item number 2020-106, please.
Councilors Rapp Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnapp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan.
Yes.
That is unanimous.
Thank you very much. Measure passes. Thank you. I would ask Councilor Snap from Precinct 12 to please read in item number 2020-107, please.
Thank you, President Hebert. This is a matter of old business requiring a public hearing and a roll call vote of 2/3. Item 2020-107, appropriation and loan order in the amount of $345,000 for the purpose of funding the salt storage facility design and construction project as outlined in the fiscal year 2021, fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan.
Second.
All right, we have a first and a second, and rationale. Director Santos?
Yes, thank you. The town's two salt storage sheds, one at the Highway Division facility and one at the transfer station, protect our stockpiles of road salt that is utilized for snow and ice operations. The salt must be protected from the elements for two reasons. So it does not harden and clump together, which makes it difficult to load and apply, and to keep rain away, to keep any rain from washing the salt into drainage structures and thereby into groundwater, where it could possibly contaminate drinking water supplies. The salt storage sheds at both locations have been in heavy use for decades. The punishing use of heavy machinery, typically during poor weather conditions, and the pressure of tons of pile salt on the structures have taken their toll and resulted in numerous structural issues and deficiencies. Consequently, we have concerns for the safe use of the salt sheds by DPW personnel. Although maintained by town employees over the years, the damage to these two structures has reached a point where more extensive intervention is required. Both wall buttresses and roof trusses have been damaged and broken. A structural analysis has recently been undertaken in order to identify any imminent safety issues and to detail the necessary repairs. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Santos. I will now open to public hearing on this item.
There are no public comments through the town council mailbox.
Thank you.
No public comments on Zoom.
Thank you.
No phone calls.
Thank you very much. Hearing none, I will close the public hearing. I'll open it up for comments from our councilors. Madam Vice President, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Dan, since we had a fairly mild winter and lack of necessity for salt on our roads, do we have these salt sheds filled with salt, or did you not purchase a lot of salt this year, or are they empty?
They are full, and we never want to be in the position of not having enough salt. So we make sure at the beginning of the season, not being able to predict how harsh it's going to be, that we have full salt sheds, and they have effectively remained that way.
So will you be able to replace these with the salt in place, or how do you do that?
We will move the salt in and out and around as necessary to make the repairs.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Any other councilors? Seeing none, no other comments, I would ask for a motion to vote on the item, please.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. We have a first and a second. Madam Clerk, the vote roll call on item number 2020-107, please.
Councilors. Hebert.
Yes.
Levesque.
Yes.
Neary.
Yes.
Schnapp.
Yes.
Shaughnessy.
Yes.
Starr.
Yes.
Steinhilber.
Yes.
Biedenbender.
Yes.
Bogan. And I didn't hear you, David.
Wait a minute, yes.
Thank you. Clark.
Yes.
Cullum.
Yes.
Dagwan.
Yes.
Rappresetti.
Yes.
Thank you. That's 13 yes.
I would ask at this time for precinct 13, Councilor Cullum, if you could kindly read in item number 2020-108, please.
Yes, I'd like to open for a public hearing, item number 2020-108, appropriation and loan order in the amount of $2,055,000 for the purpose of funding the Channel Dredging Program project as outlined in fiscal year 2021, fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan.
Second.
Thank you very much. Director Santos?
Thank you, Mr. President. This project involves the ongoing design, permitting, and maintenance dredging of town-owned navigational channels. Town completed a comprehensive dredge plan in 2017 based on surveyed conditions and historic dredging frequencies. The plan identifies dredge needs in numerous channels over a 10-year cycle. These channels provide important navigational access for significant numbers of recreational and commercial boats, as well as regulatory and emergency response vessels. The failure to maintain these channels can result in very dangerous conditions, which can threaten the safety of our residents and public safety personnel and risk serious damage to boats, in addition to impairing commercial and recreational activities. The fiscal year 21 program includes Phase 3 of the Dead Neck Sampson's Island Katuitt Cut dredging project, the Blish Point boat ramp dredging project, and the commencement of design and permitting for the Lewis Bay boat ramp, Bismore Park Pier Basin, and Gateway Marina Channel. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Santos. I will now open to public hearing on this item.
There are no public comments from the town council office.
Thank you.
No public comment via Zoom.
Thank you.
No public comment via phone.
Thank you very much. Not hearing any, we will now close public hearing and open it to town councilors, please. Councilor Dagwan, please.
I didn't have a question. I didn't have a question.
I have a question.
Okay. Councilor Starr, please.
I had a question about the Blish Point boat ramp. Is that the state ramp that's at Blish Point?
Yes, that's correct.
So you're going to take the one that's there and rebuild it?
No, this is dredging at the boat ramp.
Oh, okay, because the CIP says boat ramp construction. That's where my confusion was. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's dredging. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other councilors?
Move the vote on the question.
Move the item, please.
For the vote. Thank you very much. We have a first and a second. Madam Clerk, if we could take a roll call on item number 2020-108, please.
Thank you. Councilors Levesque. Am I
Yes. Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnapp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rap Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert.
Yes.
That is 13 yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I would ask Councilor Starr, please, for precinct 1 to read into the item number 2020-109, please.
Hearing with a 2/3 roll call vote. The item is 2020-109, appropriation and transfer order in the amount of $3,550,000 for the purpose of funding the public roads maintenance project as outlined in the fiscal year 2021, fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan.
Second.
Thank you very much. For the rationale, do we have Director Santos?
Yes, thank you. The condition of the town's road system of more than 700 roads totaling 260 miles is deteriorating each year. Adequate maintenance and reconstruction where necessary is essential to preserve this major capital asset. Analysis performed through the pavement management program shows a significant backlog of needed public road repairs. In addition, the town has a backlog of approximately 180 locations where drainage improvements are required to protect public safety and prevent potential property damage. Recurring intense storms over the past years have highlighted additional areas requiring storm drainage infrastructure. This program is designed to combat the progressive deterioration of the town's roadway assets and provide stormwater management system construction and repairs. Depending on physical conditions, an analysis utilizing the town's pavement management program, repairs may include one of several different approaches, including full depth reconstruction, asphalt overlay, milling and paving, applying a chip seal surface layer, or crack sealing. In addition to surface repairs, improvement projects typically include installation or upgrading of drainage systems, curbing, and sidewalks where practicable. Other program elements include traffic calming, ADA accessibility, engineering, permitting, design, inspection, and material testing. Roadway deterioration occurs very rapidly as road age increases. If we can take preventive measures before the point of rapid deterioration, our costs will be a fraction of the cost of full reconstruction. So effectively, we're able to provide a higher condition of roadway at a lower cost. This is the goal of the program. Upon completion of the fiscal year 2020 program, we will have undertaken the following: reconstructed 2 roads, reclaimed 1 road, mill and paved 8 roads, overlaid 9 roads, and installed drainage systems at 18 sites. In fiscal year 21, we propose road rehabilitation work, including milling and/or repaving of Dale Avenue, Hyannis, Gosnold Street, Hyannis, Main Street, Marston's Mills, Merritt Court, Centerville, Ocean View Avenue, Katuitt, Parkway Place, Hyannis, Richardson Road, Centerville, Scudder Bay Circle, Centerville. Major drainage improvements are planned for Brookshire Road in Hyannis and Oldham Road in Osterville, and smaller drainage improvements are proposed in over a dozen locations. Other roads may be substituted if necessary due to accelerated deterioration rates, unexpected damages, opportunities to address certain roads with other funding or other factors. Smaller drainage projects, chip sealing, crack sealing, and preventive maintenance are also planned for various roads townwide to extend their service life. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Santos. I will now open the public hearing on this item.
There are no public emails in the town council office.
Thank you.
No public comment via Zoom.
Thank you so much.
No public comment via phone.
Thank you. Not hearing any, I will close the public hearing and open it up for councilors' comments and questions. Councilor Snap, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Dan, when does a project fall under this capital project versus what occurs under an operational staffing?
Private roads.
I'm not quite sure I understand your question. Do you mean like normal maintenance?
Yeah, normal. When is something normal in maintenance, and when does it fall into something that is part of this capital budget?
Typically, when we're addressing, with regards to roads, larger, full road length or extensive length roads. So our crews are really doing day-to-day maintenance. Excuse me. Day-to-day maintenance like pothole filling or cutting out sections to repair. So there really is a pretty bright line between what is everyday maintenance and what the capital improvement projects are considered.
So there's a significant, budgeted item for like project management. Are those usually outsourced to that piece of the project, or is that some of that done more in-house?
Most of that's done in-house. We have certain personnel that are specifically paid out of this and work specifically on this program.
Okay, all right. So it's not necessarily outside consultants, but it's a way of budgeting for our staff.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other councilors? Can I have a motion to move the to
vote on the item?
Second.
First and a second?
Second. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, this is a vote on item number 2020-109, please.
Thank you. Councilors Neary,
Yes.
Schnapp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Biedenbender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rep Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque.
Yes.
That is 13 yes.
Paul, you're on mute.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I don't know what happened there, but thank you. So again, Councilor Steinhilber, if you could please read in item 2020-110. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is item 2020-110, appropriation and loan order in the amount of $300,000 for the purpose of funding the stormwater improvements at Impaired Ponds project as outlined in the fiscal year 2021, fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan. This is a public hearing, roll call, 2/3 vote.
Second.
Thank you, Councilor. Director Santos, you have the rationale, please.
Yes, sir. This project will include an evaluation of stormwater runoff to impaired ponds in Barnstable in order to identify potential stormwater improvement projects which would reduce untreated surface runoff or direct discharge into ponds. The project will focus on activities that can be completed on public property, for example, roadway layouts, town landings, and parking areas. In recent years, many ponds in town have seen a decrease in water quality, which has resulted in pet advisories, swimming prohibitions, and algae blooms, most notably cyanobacteria. One of the causes of reduced water quality in ponds is unmitigated and untreated stormwater runoff. Stormwater runoff can contribute to surges of nutrients and pollutants in surface water bodies, which can exacerbate water quality issues. While it is difficult to pinpoint exact sources of contamination in freshwater ponds, addressing runoff and direct discharge are considered low-hanging fruit and likely to improve the situation. These measures are also consistent with the new US EPA MS4 requirements to eliminate discharges of runoff to surface waters. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director Santos. I will now open for public hearing on this item.
The only comment I received, which I read first thing at public comment when you opened up the meeting tonight, was from Amy Mesereau, president of the Friends of Long Pond in Marston's Mills. I forwarded that to the clerk and also read it during public comment. She is in favor of this being on the budget.
Thank you. Thank you.
No comment via Zoom.
Thank you.
No comment via phone.
Thank you very much. Hearing no others, I will now close public hearing and open it up to the councilors, please. Councilor Starr, please.
I just had a question for Dan, that this budget item continues $300,000 a year for the next 5 years. How are you going to decide which pond systems to work on? Is there a group that's going to figure that out? Or
We are talking about with the town manager operating budget funds for the evaluation and prioritization of freshwater ponds based on water quality conditions.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
Any other councilors? Seeing none, I would ask for a motion. Take a vote on this item.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you very much. We have a first and a second. Madam Clerk, if you would, please. Item number 2020-115, please.
Counselor.
Point of order. This
Yes.
is item 2020-110.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes. I'll repeat that because that was my mistake. I'm sorry. Item number 2020-110. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Counselors, Schnapp?
Yes.
Shaughnessy?
Yes.
Starr?
Yes.
Steinhilber?
Yes.
Bender?
Yes.
Bogan?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes.
Cullum?
Yes.
Dagwan?
Yes.
Rapgrissetti?
Yes.
Hebert?
Yes.
Levesque?
Yes.
Neary?
Yes.
That is 13 yes.
Thank you very much. The item carries. Thank you. I would now ask from Precinct 4, Councilor Beden-Bender, please, to read the item number 2020-120, please, on page 45.
Yes, thank you, President Hebert. This is old business, public hearing, roll call vote, 2/3. This is item number 2020-120, appropriation and loan order in the amount of $750,000 for the purpose of funding the pipe replacement and upgrade project as outlined in the fiscal year 2021, fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan as written.
Second.
Thank you very much. We have a first and a second. And I believe Director Santos, can I speak to this?
Yes, thank you. The following 4 capital projects are for DPW's Water Supply Division. The Water Supply Division operates with oversight by the Hyannis Water Board, currently chaired by Stephen O'Neill. The Water Board has participated in the development of these projects and has recommended their approval by the Town Council. These appropriation requests have been incorporated into the FY21 rate study that was completed by our rate study consultant last fall. This project is a continuation of a 30-year pipe replacement and upgrade program for the Hyannis water system. It serves Hyannis, Hyannisport, and West Hyannisport. The proposed work is part of an overall system upgrade and improvement program that was recommended by Weston and Sampson Engineering in the 2007 Water Systems Master Plan. This ongoing project will ensure the Hyannis water system will continue to provide sufficient drinking water and fire readiness protection for all its customers. In fiscal year 2020, under this program, the Water Supply Division cleaned and lined the water mains on Main Street in Hyannis between School Street and Bayview Road as the second phase of a 2-year water utility improvement project on the east side of Hyannis. In fiscal year 2021, we propose to work with the Mass Department of Transportation project at the intersection of Route 28 and Yarmouth Road to upgrade water mains in the area in accordance with that project. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director Santos. I'll now open for this to a public hearing on this item.
There are no public emails from the Town Council office.
Thank you.
No public comment via Zoom.
Thank you so much.
No public comment via phone.
Thank you very much. So hearing none, I will now close public hearing and open it for questions and comments from the town councilors.
I'd move for a vote on the question.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second for vote. Madam Clerk, this is a vote on item number 2020-120.
Thank you, councilors. Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Beden-Bender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rapgrissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnapp.
Yes.
Thank you. That's 13 yes.
Passes. I would ask Councilor Bogan from Precinct 5 to please read into the record item number 2020-121, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Item number 2020-121 is subject to a roll call majority vote. Appropriation and transfer order in the amount of $150,000 for the purpose of funding the wells, pump stations, treatment plant repair and upgrade project as outlined in the fiscal 2021 fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan.
Thank you very much. We got a second. Thank you very much. Rationale again from Director Santos, please.
Like the pipe replacement program just discussed, this annual appropriation request of $150,000 this year to be funded from enterprise fund reserves continues work that was recommended in the Weston and Sampson Water System Master Plan. Due to aging facilities and components, Starting in 2014, the Hyannis Water Board recommended implementation of an annual program to address major components of the water system infrastructure, including wells, pump stations, treatment plants, buildings, security, and safety. Funds are allocated to 4 general areas that include buildings, process control equipment, safety and security, and electrical equipment. In fiscal year 20, the funds for this annual program were utilized for projects at the Mar treatment plant, the Mary Dunn tank site, and the Straightway treatment plant, including exterior wall and room refurbishment at the maintenance facility and extensive grounds maintenance. In fiscal year 21, we propose to undertake water system-wide repairs and upgrades of the SCADA radio systems and antennas, electrical and process control improvements, roof and trim repairs, and chemical injection control panels at the Mary Dunn treatment plant. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director Santos. I will now open this for public hearing, please.
There are no public comment coming into the email office.
Thank you, Madam Administrator. Thank you.
No public comment via Zoom.
Thank you.
No public comment via phone.
Thank you very much. Hearing none, I will now close public hearing. Open it for councilors' comments and questions. Seeing none, I would ask for a motion, please.
I move the item.
I second to move the vote.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, this is a roll call on item number 2020-121, please.
Thank you. Councilors Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Bender,
Yes.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rep Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnipp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy.
Yes.
That is 13 yes.
Very much. I would ask Councilor Neary, please, from precinct 6 to read item number 2020-122.
One, two, two, Mr. President, 123.
Okay,
Item 122.
122. Okay, this is old business.
thank you.
Requiring a public hearing. It's a roll call, two-thirds vote. It's item number 2020-122. The appropriation loan order in the amount of $300,000 for the purpose of funding the airport and Mary Dunn Wells treatment pilot study and conceptual layout project as outlined in the fiscal year 2021 through fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan as written.
Thank you very much.
Second.
Director Santos, please. Okay. This project is part of the next phase of our plan to maximize water production of existing wells in the Mary Dunn area in accordance with the new source alternatives evaluation study produced by Weston and Sampson in 2018. The project entails conducting a pilot study of the recommended water treatment equipment and treatment plant configuration. Currently, utilization of the airport well, which is part of the Mary Dunn well complex, is minimized due to elevated iron and the presence of PFAS compounds. It also plagues other wells in the complex. The Mary Dunn treatment plant is treating all water from the 5 wells in the area, and by doing so is the largest treatment plant of the Hyannis water system. DEP regulations require the water system to be able to supply maximum water demand with the Mary Dunn treatment plant offline, which has a direct correlation with the number of new wells that may be required. Consulting firm Tata and Howard is studying, evaluating, and preparing a report describing the preliminary evaluation of treatment options for the Mary Dunn facility. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director Santos. I will now open this for a public hearing, please.
There are no public comments via the town council email.
Thank you.
No comments via Zoom.
Thank you.
There are no public comments via phone.
Thank you very much. Hearing none, I will now close public hearing and open it for councilors' comments and questions, please.
I'd like to move the item to a vote.
Second. We have a first and a second. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, this is a vote item on item number 2020-122.
Counselors Steinhilber,
Yes.
Bender,
Yes.
Bogan, David, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rap Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque, Matt,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnepp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr.
Yes.
That's unanimous.
Passes. Thank you very much. I would ask Madam Vice President, please, for precinct 7 to read in the item number 2020-123, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Under old business, this is a public hearing, roll call, 2/3 vote. Item 2020-123, appropriation and loan order in the amount of $350,000 for the purpose of funding the Hyannisport Simmons Pond and Straightway Wells treatment, pilot study, and conceptual layout project as outlined in the fiscal year 2021, fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan as presented.
Thank you very much. The rationale, please, again from Director Santos.
Did I hear a second?
Second.
Thank you. We have a first and second. Thank you.
Thank you. This project is also part of the next phase of our plan to maximize water production of existing wells in the Hyannisport area in accordance with the new source alternatives evaluation study produced by Weston and Sampson in 2018. The project entails conducting a pilot study of the recommended water treatment equipment and treatment plant configuration. Currently, use of the 4 wells in the Hyannisport complex has been curtailed due to high iron, PFAS, 1,4-dioxane, nitrates, and low levels of volatile organic compounds in the source water. This project will maximize use of the existing well complex. The consulting firm Tata & Howard is studying, evaluating, and preparing a report describing the preliminary evaluation of treatment options for the Hyannisport facilities.
Thank you very much, Director Santos. I will now open it for public hearing on item number 2020-123.
There are no public comments via town council email.
Thank you.
No public comment via Zoom.
Thank you.
No public comment via phone.
Thank you very much. Hearing none, I will now close public hearing and open it for councilors' questions and comments.
Move the item for a vote.
Second.
Thank you. We have a first and a second. Madam Clerk, thank you. On item number 2020-123, please.
Counselors Bender.
Point of order.
Yes.
This is item 124.
No.
No, 123.
123.
124 has been removed.
No. Excuse me. I apologize.
No problem. There's a lot of numbers here. So thank you very much. Okay, I'm sorry, Madam Clerk. I'm not sure where we were there.
We started at the vote.
Right.
Yeah.
Better. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yes.
Rap Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes, please.
Schnepp, Paula,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber.
Yes.
That is unanimous.
Thank you very much. Measure passes. Thank you. I would ask Councillor Dagwan, please, from Precinct 8 to read into the items, item number 2020-125, please.
Gladly. Thank you, Mr. President. Old business, this is item 2020-125, appropriation and transfer order in the amount of $100,000 for the purpose of funding the wage scale replacement project as outlined in the fiscal year 2021, fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan. And this is open for a public hearing and a roll call vote.
Thank you very much.
Second.
Thank you very much. Director Santos, please.
Thank you. The weigh scale at the transfer station is a critical part of daily operations. It is utilized each day at the facility is open for a variety of operations, including weighing construction and demolition material loads and auditing municipal solid waste loads picked up by the contractor and certifying weights for other DPW divisions. The scale has exceeded its useful life expectancy and needs to be replaced. It frequently breaks down and parts are exceedingly difficult to obtain, resulting in sometimes having to fabricate parts. A failure resulting in permanent loss of the scale would significantly impede operations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director Santos. I will now open this for a public hearing.
There is no public comment via the town council mailbox.
Thank you very much.
No comment via Zoom.
Thank you.
There is no public comment via phone.
Thank you very much. Hearing none, I will now close public comment and open it for councilors' comments and questions.
I move item 2020-125
Second.
For a vote.
for a vote.
And we have a second? Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, on item number 2020-125, please.
Councilors Bogan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Yeehaw, yes.
Rep Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yeah.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Yes.
Schnepp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Bender.
Yes.
That is 13 yes, passes.
Unless I'm mistaken, I think we have come to the end of the items for this evening. Yes, good. So our next regular scheduled meeting will be April 16th. It most probably will be in the same vein that we did this evening. I want to thank all of you for your really participation. I think you did a great job. I think it was really wonderful. So thank you so much. I would look for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Second.
Madam Clerk, I believe this is the last roll call of the evening. For adjournment.
Councilors Clark,
Yes.
Cullum,
Yes.
Dagwan,
Okie dokie.
Rep Grissetti,
Yes.
Hebert,
Yes.
Levesque,
Yes.
Neary,
Stay safe, everybody. Yes.
Schnepp,
Yes.
Shaughnessy,
Yes.
Starr,
Yes.
Steinhilber,
Yes.
Bender,
Yes.
Bogan.
Yes.
Thank you. That's 13 yes.
And I also want to thank all the support staff that made it. We got better and better as the evening went on. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Everyone.
Thank you, Sarah.
Nice job, Sarah.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.